Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, we know this and I just don't work. So the crowded safety field right now just got a little bit more crowded where the Broncos have released Darian Stewart. Now I'm beginning to wonder, is safety now becoming a position that nobody wants anymore? Because there's more safeties out on the market than ever before. And I gotta be honest, it makes it a little more difficult for Earl Thomas to try and get that $15 million. You know, it's a good old saying, supply and demand. Apparently safeties aren't that big in demand. Everybody is kind of letting them go. And you're also seeing a lot of teams jockeying for position for free agency. We're seeing linebackers like Jamie Collins that's being let go. You're seeing the Giants not redo the safety Collins and things like that. You're seeing a lot of teams out there that are trying to free up money to make moves. Now, speaking of making moves, Jason Witten has officially signed his contract with a base salary of $2 million, which, let's be honest with you, that is chump change. Now, it does go up to $5 million with incentives, but I'll be honest, this is a very low risk type of a deal with a high reward. You look at what we're paying a lot of other people. You can look at bringing in somebody else with his talent. Granted, he's old. He's been out of the league for a year. You're not getting a tight end for $2 million. You're not. So that's one of those moves that maybe we'll look back at the end of the year and say, that was wise. That was a great move. Now, we'll still see what our Cowboys are doing. There's still a little bit of time here before free agency starts, and technically they don't have to do anything in there because there's no urgency to have to do Dak's contract, Zeke's, or any of these other guys. You still have $27 million of space at this moment, and if you decide we want to get a guy right now, you can do that knowing that you can make these moves later. So there's no urgency there. However, I would rather see and know exactly what I have as opposed to saying, well, I'm sure we're going to have some. I'd like to know I have the money in hand to do any moves that I want to do. So if they want to be players, they can be players. Other teams, they're trying to make sure they can be players, and some of them are going to be a lot bigger than others. Because as we look at the NFL salary cap, just to give you oh, I don't have my TV on here, do I? Just to give you guys an idea, and I'm tired today. I'll be honest with you. I need a nap. I need to go do some more work in my shop and so on. And I need to get this thing together because the other locker is sitting out there and it's cold as fuck, okay? And hopefully we're not getting any bad weather because I really don't want it to rain on it. But I've got to take all this stuff out, take the TV off and unhook everything. But let me go through here as I'm sitting here running my mouth. Okay. As we look at the numbers here, and let's refresh it because that was yesterday and it changes by the minute. We have 27.5 basically million dollars we can spend right now with the tag in for DeMarcus Lawrence. So if they do want to be a player next week, they can be a player. But you would like to go ahead and know exactly where we're going to get some money, and there's places we can get some. And as you see teams like Cleveland letting go a guy like Jamie Collins, saving $10 million. Cleveland cutting a linebacker, saving $10 million. Cleveland cutting a starting linebacker and saving $10 million. You wonder where the Cowboys may look to try and find some money. You know any place where the Cowboys might be able to make some money? Sean Lee. Oh, yeah.
Unless he wants to come back as a coach.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones. See, I hate to do. You don't want to do this to ask. I don't want people to come to me and say, "Well, we know we told you we're going to pay you $5,000 to catch you, but how about you go ahead and do it for $4,000?" I mean, you don't want to do that, but It could be like, well, look, we don't have the money to pay for that, so either we can do the kitchen at 4, or we're just going to have to not do it. Okay, I'll take the 4. But if we could get a deal for Sean Lee, kind of like we got with Jason Witten, that behooves us for a couple of reasons. Sean, it gives you the opportunity to come back. We put a bunch of incentives in there. You play in 10 plus games, boom. You know, you get another chunk of change. Sean, you make the Pro Bowl, boom, here's another chunk of change. Because those incentives don't count against the cap right now. They count at the end of the year if you make them. So maybe you can do something like that to help the team out, you know, and be able to play with the team, not have to uproot your family if you decide to want to play elsewhere, and try and make this run for that Super Bowl championship. But we're going to have to do something because we got a lot of good players, but I'm not sure we have enough. But as always, guys, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'll see you soon.